It all started when I was in 12th grade. I was then one of the most popular girls. Sorry, forgot to introduce myself. I am Nora, and I have been known for my belly dancing skills. My mom was a belly dancer, and so I too became one at a very early age. Everyone said that my belly dancing was mesmerizing, and they were amazed. This boosted my confidence, and I believed I could impress anyone, especially guys. So, in my class, there were two rich guys, Alex and Tyler. Alex was the famous Instagram star, and he was a dancer too, whereas Tyler was a nerd, always busy with his iPad, doing some coding stuff. I was certain that I wanted to have a famous boyfriend, one who could match my fame. So first, I decided to impress Alex. He usually used to practice after school, so one day, I waited for him. He was practicing alone, so I joined him and showed him some of my moves. He was delighted to see me dancing. He also asked me out, so that evening we hung around, we watched a movie, and then went clubbing. For the next few days, I dated Alex. He was fun to be with, but something inside me was bothering me. Soon, I realized it was Tyler. Tyler didn't even pay attention to me or my dancing. He was least interested in me, and that's when I decided that I will impress him and make him fall in love with me. I started following him everywhere. As I said, he was a nerd and was always busy on his iPad. One evening in canteen, I offered him a soda, to which he said, "I don't drink soda. Get me a cup of coffee." I was taken aback, but then I brought a coffee for him. I wanted to talk to him, so I introduced myself. "Hi, Tyler. I am Nora." I waited for his reply, but he didn't even bother to reply to me. I sat with him for 15 minutes, but he did not speak a word. Next day, I met him in the park. Here too, he was busy coding. Soon, my friends realized that I was trying to get closer to Tyler, and they began teasing me. They were of the opinion that either Tyler is a gay or he is not interested in any relationship. I challenged them that in a month, I will make Tyler fall for me. Now, I only had a month to impress Tyler. I kept following him, trying to talk to him. But of no use, he always ignored me as if I was not there at all. As the days were passing by, Tyler's ignorance was getting on me. I was irritated and frustrated too. I had never lost any bet and didn't want to lose this too. So, I continued to chase Tyler, and like always, he was ignoring me. Soon, a month passed and I lost the bet. The very next day, Tyler walked to me and said, "Hi Nora, I know you have chasing me for a month owing to that silly bet, and that was the reason I ignored you. Well, you are a nice person. We can still be friends if you would like to." Saying this, he offered his hand for a shake, and I instantly grabbed it as if that's what I wanted. I was so happy finally Tyler the ignorant talked to me. Soon, we became friends and we met often. Once Susie saw both of us hanging around and she could not believe her eyes. The next day, he came to talk, and I told her everything that happened. Susie said that I should not be friends with Tyler as he insulted me in front of the whole school. She called me a chicken for befriending Tyler. I was startled, and Susie's words were making sense to me. Susie advised me that I should take a sweet revenge for what happened, and I agreed to it. So, then I started finding what would be my revenge. One fine day, Tyler told me that he has completed his dream project, something in coding, and he is supposed to present it in a business summit next Monday. I behaved as if I was too excited for him, and I also told him that there's a party on Sunday from my side. He agreed to join me in the party. Sunday night, we met in a disc. We had drinks and danced for hours. As it was getting late, Tyler was worried about his presentation the next. He was about to leave when I offered him the last drink. With little concern, he gulped it. Down little did he know that there were sleeping pills in it. He went home and I was happy that my sweet revenge was taken. Tyler slept till late afternoon and his business summit was gone. He called me up as he woke up and I laughed at him. You insulted me and this was my revenge. Hope we would be friends after this too. Tyler immediately disconnected my call. He did not call me afterwards, nor did I see him in the school. Years passed. I was in college doing my master's. It was time for college interviews. Many companies offering jobs had come to the college, even my dream companies. And there I saw Tyler as one of the interviewers. I was shocked. I knew he would immediately reject me and take his revenge. He did not ask me any questions. My interview went well, but I was sure that I would not get this job. To my shock, the final selected list of candidates had my name. As Tyler was leaving, I went and said sorry to him for whatever I did. He patted my back and said, "Thanks to you, I could not attend the business summit or else I would have sold my idea. Now I am the owner of my own company just because of you." I wanted to do bad to him, but it turned out good for him. This day, I realized that God's plans are different. There can be something good in everything bad. Hey, I am Alice. I am 17. I am pregnant and I live alone and I work in a supermarket. Not that I don't have parents, but now they won't accept me, and it's all my mistake. I was a fool. And what can one expect from a 15-year-old girl? I was in my high school, trying to be cool, jazzy. I loved wearing trendy and colorful clothes and walked around in style, like any other teenager of my kind would be. I wanted to be an eye candy. I guess what I succeeded in it as well. Sean was the heartthrob then. Every girl in my school would drool over him. There was one more to Sean. He was cool, trendy, had the most expensive sports car, and yes, he was the richest guy in school. Every girl wanted to date him, even me. I thought I was lucky when I saw him gazing at me. He was kinda checking me out. I was happy. He would walk to me and ask, "Would you like to hang around?" And I tried to control my emotions, but I couldn't. I hugged him. He might have thought that I was a despo, but I didn't care then. I was so in the moment. Sean took me to the club. We danced, we drank. It was so much fun. I was experiencing this for the very first time. As I was poor, my parents could barely make the ends meet. They never allowed me to clubs and parties, but Sean took me over and I loved it. We then frequented hanging along. We visited pubs, discos, and casinos as well. Life was quite different then. One night, I was high. Sean took me to his place. His house was a mansion. Soon, he took me to his bedroom. He kissed me, licked me, and soon we were under the sheets. I was enjoying the moment. I loved Sean so much. Since that day, I thought we were inseparable. Sean pampered me. He took me to shopping and bought everything I liked. I was living a dream life. I was so happy. One day, I returned home late and my mom questioned me. "Who were you with?" And I answered, "My boyfriend Sean." To this, her brow raised and she asked, "Isn't he the rich guy?" And I immediately said yes. "And Mom, he loves me a lot." Dad stood up and walked to me. "Alice, that boy and his family are not good people. I am afraid they might hurt you. It's better you stay away." "No, Dad. Sean is good. He loves me and I love him too. I can't live without him, and whether to date him or not is my decision." I argued. He softly spoke. "Well then,
If you think you can take your decision yourself, it's time for you to go. Live your life. I am assured he is not a nice guy. If you want to live with us, follow what I say or else it's your decision."
For a moment, I was shattered. My parents wanted me to go just because I loved Sean. I thought this was the time I must leave. I left home the very same moment. I called up Sean and he came to pick me up, and he took me home. I was certain that my parents would have to face the shame as I ran with my boyfriend, but little did I care about my parents. Sean consoled me, cared for me, and loved me. The next few days, we loved each other a lot. But then, things changed. Sean was invited to a party where he could not take me along as it was his father's business party. I was okay with it until I heard the servant speak that it was Sean's engagement party. What? Who the hell is Sean getting engaged? Did he cheat me? I was full of tears. I rushed to the party, only to see Sean getting engaged to a rich girl. I was shattered again. I wanted to beat Sean, but it was my mistake. I should have listened to Dad. I cried and walked away. I spent that night on the street like a homie. The morning, someone gave me food. A doctor saw me shivering and she called for hospital. I was treated, and here the doctors revealed the most shocking news of my life. I was pregnant at the age of 17. The cops asked me for the details and prefer not to say so. Once discharged, I had no place to go. So, I took refuge in the social service center. I thought that I must return home to my parents. So, one day, I decided to visit them. But while walking, I thought, what if they do not accept me? I will bring a shame to their name. I was never a good daughter, but I didn't want to spoil their prestige, so I returned. I should have told Sean about my pregnancy, right? But then he cheated on me. If he really cared for me, he wouldn't cheat. The doctor suggested abortion, but I was not in favor of it. I cannot kill an innocent life just because it was a mistake. So I decided that I will live for my child. I was lucky I found a job in the supermarket. I work here all day. Everyone around takes care of me. My colleagues love me. I still live in the social service center, but I hope one day I will be able to afford a house for me and my baby. And I also hope that one day Mom and Dad would forgive me for what I did.